Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Darren Heifetz, and I'm joined by Grady, Kelly, and Horlbeck. And today we are going over all the must-add players after Week 13, entering Week 14 of the NFL season, aka the last week of the fantasy football regular season. So we're going to help you add a bunch of players because you're either need to win this week to make the playoffs, hopefully already clinched the playoffs, or already eliminated from the playoffs, in which case we're super sorry, and we kind of just owe you in general. So we're sorry about that. We are recording this in the Monday night, the beginning of this Monday Night Football game. Jackson Dart already has just been absolutely rocked and launched into the sideline. And
guess they got to fire Kafka now.
Yeah. DK, do you think this is why they charge so much for like 21-year-olds to get car insurance? Is because they drive like Jackson Dart runs?
Right. 100%. 100%. You just think you're going to live forever when you're that age. You know what I mean? He needs to learn how to protect himself.
Wait, guys,
he clearly does not know how.
Quiet. Trayvon Henderson, his one play per quarter is happening right now. I have to see if he gets the ball. Oh, he didn't.
Cool.
Ramondre got all those carries, though. We're going to go through all these players. We're going to go through trivia and all that and more. But first, we're going to take a quick break. This episode is presented by Chime. Bank smarter this season. Fantasy football is all about strategy. Well, here's a winning strategy for your money. Trade banking fees for fee-free banking, 1.5% cash back, getting paid when you say, and a higher APY in your savings. That's a lineup that wins. Stop banking the old way. Bank smarter through Chime. Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and the secured Chime Visa credit card provided by the Bancorp Bank NA or Stride Bank NA. Members FDIC. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. Details at chime.com/fees-info. With a qualifying direct deposit, earn 1.5% cash back on eligible secured Chime Visa credit card purchases. APY means annual percentage yield. Learn more at chime.com. All right. Let's get to waivers here. Here's how it works. We're going to go position by position. We're each going to give our top pick at that position that we would add off waivers. And if we have the same guy, we'll do trivia tiebreaker so that we can figure out that guy and who goes where. Not that complicated. You'll figure it out as we go. Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com for trivia questions. Make sure it's a number so we can do closest to the pin. Although a couple people had creative questions recently that I'm thinking about. Buys this week: Giants, Patriots, Niners, and Panthers. So that is just, the two teams on this Monday Night Football, the two teams from last week Monday Night Football. McCaffrey, Kittle, Jawan Jennings, Purdy, Dart, everyone. So without further ado, DK.
Yo.
Number one player you would add off of waivers at running back for Week 14 if your season was on the line.
Oh, God. Well, that sounds terrible for this particular player, but I'm going with Chris Rodriguez for the Commanders, who is...
No way.
He is their starter. He is a starting running back that is still available on the majority of waivers right now. This last game, he had 11 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. He runs really hard. He's basically just go forward and hit people very hard and hopefully get into the end zone. So I think I would still go with Chris Rodriguez. The options aren't great this week, and you can also add a couple of high upside handcuff type running backs. But if I had to plug someone into my lineup, it would be Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah, look, I kid. I would think about other guy. I don't think Chris Rodriguez is that good, and more importantly, they're playing Minnesota, who is tricky defensively. Although Chris Rodriguez, I guess against Denver was not terrible. I would probably end up going with Chris Rodriguez too. I was thinking about like Blake Corum against the Cardinals, but the kind of amount of touches he gets is not super predictable. Kyren Williams did leave the game briefly with an ankle injury, and then Blake Corum scored, but then Kyren Williams came back and played the rest of the game. So if you're going to go for guys who will probably touch the ball 10 plus times, I guess it's probably Chris Rodriguez. Do you agree with that, Heifetz? And I think Blake Corum is so much better. They're on a good offense. They're playing the Cardinals. They can kill them. Blake Corum could get touches. Maybe I'm talking myself into Blake Corum.
I think you could argue that Blake Corum should be rostered more urgently than Chris Rodriguez, but if you're trying to plug someone into your lineup, that's where this kind of gets tricky.
Is the upside really that different? I guess it is. I guess Rodriguez. If
Kyren gets hurt, Corum is going to go off.
I think it is Rodriguez. I think it is it's close, but it's Rodriguez.
If you need to win this week, Chris Rodriguez has more upside because there's a chance that Chris Rodriguez gets double or maybe 3 times the touches that Blake Corum does. That's possible. So if my entire season came down to it, I'd probably play Chris Rodriguez. However, the fact that Kyren Williams is an ankle injury, part of me does want to just add Blake Corum because the Rams are just such a good offense. Even in the Carolina game, the defense
Yeah.
kind of blew it. Stafford turned it over. But I mean, the Rams were just carving up the Panthers offense. So I still kind of want to just pick Blake Corum, to be honest. But I will say they both are pretty solid for the playoffs. Corum, just because Kyron Williams is banged up. Washington has a pretty decent schedule for the fantasy playoffs. Washington plays after this Vikings with a great run D. They play the Giants, the Eagles, and Dallas. And I know Dallas is better run D now with Quinn and Williams, but Chris Rodriguez, both these guys should be rostered and can be weird players who help your team in the playoffs. But I think these are the two clear guys.
I agree. I'm nervous for whoever gets last in this trivia because there's no good options after these two.
So
All right, who are we doing then? Rodriguez?
I guess.
I think we do Rodriguez, right?
All right.
Yeah, I think it's Rodriguez.
All
All right. And just for an update on everybody on the trivia, Heifetz is in first with 14. I'm in second with 11. Danny Kelly coming up the rear with 9.
Brutal.
Still in contention.
Brutal for your boy.
Yeah. It's all right, though. You're going to bounce back right now with the, who are we doing? The Chris Rodriguez Showdown Time.
Ooh. Wait, we forgot to do the other way, remember?
Oh, yeah, do it one more time. And then Isaiah can play the bell.
Explain it to Isaiah.
Hit
We
the
changed
gong
our... Yeah.
before Showdown Time. It plays better. Ready?
We just changed this.
It is the Chris Rodriguez Showdown Time.
Yeah, that does hit better. That is better
Flows.
than what
It is better. Forget who emailed us that idea, but thank you.
That's pretty great. Okay. This trivia question is from Nick.
Nick Bone.
Nick
Nick
writes, I am a teacher. My question is, how many times did I hear 6-7 today?
Does he say what grade he's a teacher of?
He has a lot of context. He says, I teach 4th grade. My students are all 9 or 10 years old. I have 24 students in class today. All 24 students are in my classroom for 5 hours. It's an elementary school, so 24 students. Well, elementary school,
5 hours,
every subject.
24 students.
24 students, 5 hours total. And he says it kept a tally of every time the students said 6-7, either out loud, like to the classroom, or privately to each other.
Amazing.
Funny if the answer was 6 or 7.
67.
Okay.
24 kids, 5 hours. Fudge. Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
23.
41.
You said 23?
I said 41.
My answer I wrote down was 48.
Wow.
Ooh.
Although in retrospect, I wish I had said 67. I'm
That
actually
is
mad I
better.
didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I can't believe one of you didn't
You
do
really
it.
blew that.
The real answer is 72.
Good
Get
job.
out of here.
So
What is happening to the generation below us?
Yep.
All right.
It's trying times, Craig.
Wait, so who said the higher number?
I
Heifetz.
won. that
Heifetz
one.
said 48. I said 41. Heifetz
crap.
is running away with this shit.
Wow,
It's
72 times they
a
said
lot.
6, 7?
That's a lot. That's 3 per kid.
I mean,
pretty
the poor Nick couldn't do any teaching. He was too busy tallying the amount of times he said 6, 7. 72 tallies is a lot.
Kids are supposed to be in school for 6 hours. He took a whole hour just doing the tallies.
Just tallying.
All right, so
Wow.
I'll take Chris Rodriguez. And the other thing we didn't mention is Jayden Daniels is more likely. He actually might come back and play this week for Washington. So I don't know if they should do that, especially watching Jackson Dart kind of get destroyed by the Patriots here. I don't know if he should come back from Minnesota, but he might. So Jayden Daniels coming back would also help Washington run game. But so Craig, you get second, or who?
No, I get second.
DK. So you get Blake Corum.
I'll take Corum.
Part of me is like Blake Corum if he's available. Is also
Corum
you
needs
have
to be
have him.
rostered. Yeah.
He's probably a better pick than Rodriguez. If you specifically need to make but if you already clinched the playoffs, do we all agree you'd rather have Corum?
Yeah.
Because if Kyron Williams misses time, Corum is an auto
League
start.
winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Craig. So who do you pick now with Corum and Rodriguez gone?
I mean, there's Bam Knight is kind of tricky because we don't know what's going on with Amari DiMercado or Trey Benson in Arizona. If either of those guys don't come back, I think Bam Knight is a serviceable play. He had 100 yards and a touchdown last week.
I kind of just think Trey Benson and the assumption that he's going to come off IR, like until we see it. I think Bam Knight's he's also kind of starting running back. Amari DiMercado is hurt.
They are playing the Rams though, unfortunately.
I know, but he's a start. He's also a starting running back. And if Trey Benson gets
totally
activated, it's different.
Totally agree. I think I would pick Bam Knight the next.
Yeah, Bam Knight. There's the other options are grim. It's like you have Michael Carter also in Arizona. You have Keaton Mitchell, who's like Justice Hill on the Ravens is on IR.
Devin Neal for the Saints is the other one where if you're like solely for week 14 and you want to just plug
for sure. Yeah. He's like almost 60% rostered in Yahoo, but if you can get Devin Neal, I think he's serviceable. They're playing Tampa Bay for one game. He had 17 touches this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's after Bam Knight and Michael Carter, it's all the usual suspects: Keaton Mitchell, Brian Robinson, Tyler Algier, Bashal Tootin.
It's all the backups.
So at that point, let's just look at the stash guys that you think could work this week. So, because I think the stash is that if you've made the playoffs already and you want to just get a running back that if someone gets hurt, like a few years ago, like Austin Eckler got COVID and then Justin Jackson came in at like 30 points or whatever. It's like stuff like that. Blake Corum's number one.
Wow, Justin Jackson.
I know. These are the people that decide your titles sometimes. And every now and then, Jerick McKinnon, people like that. I think the people.
Kamani Vidal is like making people the playoffs.
Yeah, Kamani Vidal, absolutely. So Keaton Mitchell, as Craig just said, Justice Hill is hurt, and Derrick Henry, if anything happens to Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell's the starter. Yeah. Brian Robinson Jr. for the Niners. And I actually think the guy we haven't talked about, Ray Davis for the Bills. And if you're in a deep, if you actually need to pick up a guy and play him this week, and all the people we've been talking about are rostered, I would pick up Ray Davis for the Bills for two reasons. If James Cook gets hurt, Ray Davis, I think, is almost like a Blake Corum, like crazy valuable starter. But the difference is the Bills this week are playing the Bengals. The Buffalo Bills were designed to beat the Bengals defense and run down their throat. And the Bills ran for how many yards this week on the Steelers, Craig?
248.
I kind of think there's an outside chance the Bills run for more yards against the Bengals. I actually think Ray Davis, of all these guys, by far has the best shot at a 50-yard touchdown is Ray Davis. So I think Ray Davis, of like, you talk about like an absolute dart throw at running back, like you're absolutely desperate in a deep league, but also if there's an injury, he's a top 10 running back. I would go with Ray Davis just for the upside.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Hey, everyone, just wanted to pop in. After we finished recording, Tyrone Tracy was carted off with a hip injury in the Giants game. So if Tyrone Tracy is out for an extended period of time, we would add Devin Singletary to the list of running backs that would be good for the fantasy playoffs. The Giants are on bye in week 14, so we won't help you for week 14. But afterward, if the diagnosis turns out to be like a multi-week injury for Tyrone Tracy, we would definitely advise adding Devin Singletary because he would be like the starting running back for the Giants. So we would add him to that list of guys that would be really valuable for every week Tyrone Tracy's out. So wanted to add that. We will now get to receivers. Cool. Okay. Receivers. TK, number one receiver, you dad, just for week 14.
Just for 1 week.
Like if you need to win this week, and then we'll get to stashes.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with Jayden Higgins from the Texans. He's really been coming on strongly for them. There are other options here that I'm sure we'll get to that are, I think, riskier, but maybe have higher upside. A.D. Mitchell for the Jets, Dontavian Wicks, Isaac Tesla for the Lions. But I mean, Jayden Higgins, what he's done over the last 4 weeks, 5 targets, 9 targets, 7 targets, 7 targets. He was still pretty involved with CJ Stroud coming back. They're playing the Chiefs this week. He's been playing like 60+% of the snaps last month, 19% target rate over the last four games. These are not like elite numbers, but serviceable, like flex / wide receiver 2 type numbers. I don't feel great about this, but I think he's who I would go with.
I tentatively agree. I really thought about A.D. Mitchell, and then I said to myself,
he's all over the place, man.
If I am going to spend my Sunday, the last Sunday of the regular season, hoping that Tyrod Taylor and the Jets can complete big passes, I don't want to. If I go down, not betting on the Jets, I'm okay with that.
Right.
That is super fair and probably really smart. And also, I'm going to take A.D. Mitchell.
Yeah.
Because you kind of 12 targets, 8 catches, 100 yards and a touchdown, the best game any Jets receiver had all year. I kind of just think they're going to scheme him the ball, and he might drop it. Like, that's the worst part. He actually might get a 70-yard touchdown just laid in his hands, and he might just drop it. And the catch before the 1 yard line, I don't know, but I think A.D. Mitchell is just the most likely these guys to pop off, which is kind of what you need. I agree, Jayden Higgins. If I am more confident, I would bet my life that if one of these guys was going to get 4 fantasy points, I would take Jayden Higgins over A.D. Mitchell. Right. But I'm going to take A.D. Mitchell because you play to win.
He has a 30% target rate over the last 3 weeks. But if you look at everything past last week, where he had 8 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown, he had 2 catches on 7 targets last week, the week before. And then in his first game with the Jets, he had 1 catch on 6 targets. So
Well, even that he kept dropping
it's
the
an
ball
adventure out there.
But the point is, he dropped 4 of those 6 passes versus New England on Thursday Night Football, and they haven't stopped throwing to him. So they've made a decision when they traded for AD Mitchell. They're going to try to see if because he was a 2nd-round pick. He gets open. His average. Shout out Scott Baird, fantasy points, average separation score, the ass, huge ass.
I mean, he can route people up. He's a good route runner.
So
it's just everything else that's a little bit sketchy.
And like, I don't know. I feel like we've been saying Mason Taylor, that hasn't popped. I just I just don't want to bet on a Jet.
That's fair. Probably smart.
What do you think of? Well, first let's do the showdown, and then we can talk.
Okay. And we're gonna do Jayden Higgins, just for DK and I, but Heifetz can play the trivia for fun. Okay. All right. It is the Jayden Higgins showdown time. Yeah, that's better. That plays. Heifetz, the Giants scored. Good for you. Did you see that?
Heifetz is.
I love that guy.
It's good for us, Craig.
It's good for this family.
It's good for everyone.
Seriously, it's good for this family. Darius Slayton. Should we add him to this waiver conversation?
Sure.
Do you want one? I have one here about the movie Ted and one about from a urologist.
Ted.
Oh boy. Sure. I did not watch the movie Ted, but that's fine.
Oh, you've never seen the movie Ted?
No.
He has no shot. Well.
No, that's always how it goes. That means he actually has the best shot.
Okay.
Is it like how many times does Ted say fuck?
I'm being transparent in advance. I kind of nailed this one.
I hate that. I hate when you say
that. Okay, Ted. This is from Nick.
Another Nick. Okay. Hi, Nick.
Oh yeah,
Nick. And Bone.
The scene in Ted when he says all the white trash names. Yeah. He's like, dating girl, white trash name. Guess.
Tammy Lynn, Tammy Joe, Tammy. Yeah.
Yeah. How many names does Mark Wahlberg say? DK has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, this is bullshit. But also,
have you ever even seen a clip of this scene, DK?
No.
I'm
but
sure
this is about how much context I have with every other fucking question on these, so it's fine.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
40.
No fucking way, Craig. I said 40. I'll let you go high or low.
What did DK say?
I said 31.
Wow, you said 42. Damn.
You go high or low.
Wait, you guys both said 40, I thought.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm letting Craig pick higher or lower.
41.
The answer is 45.
Woo! I needed that.
Well done, Craig.
You did need that.
Team not Heifetz.
All right, that means I get Jayden Higgins.
Yeah.
Heifetz, then you can have your AD Mitchell, and now DK.
Well, I was going to take Mandy, Madison, Brittany, Tiffany, Candace, Brandy, Heather, Channing, Brianna. No, I'm not going to say them all.
Wait, can you just read when he does the hyphenate names? That's
Brandy Lynn, Heather Lynn, Tammy Lynn. Fuck!
I guess I need to watch Ted.
Yeah, you need to watch. It's pretty.
Oh, Ted's funny. I maintain that was the most raucous theater experience I've ever had.
Ted is.
People lost their shit in Ted.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
That and The Hangover.
Man, there's some interesting options here. I'm gonna pick Criminy. Let's see here. I'm gonna pick Devaughn Vele for the Saints.
Season on the line, baby.
Hell
You're not taking Dontavian Wicks?
Dude, Jayden, what's his name? Jayden Reed might be coming back.
Did you see Matt LaFleur when Dontavian Wicks caught that ball at the end? Matt LaFleur like
watched
fucking
the Packers all year. It's like every fucking game is just different. I think Dontavian Wicks might be the smarter answer, yes, but like every freaking game for the Packers, it's like some random guy gets featured.
I guess.
They do.
All right, but like I'm betting on Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur versus Tyler Shuck throwing to Devaughn Vele.
Hell yes, that's what I want. I like to live dangerously, Craig.
I also like to live dangerously.
Look, here's the deal. The rational plays Dontavian Wicks. The Galaxy Brain plays Devaughn Vele, who had 8 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. Since last week, he had 87% of the routes, 24% targets. Last 3 games, he's basically emerged as the number 2 receiver. Once Shaheed has gone, he's played 86% of the snaps or more in each of those games. So the Saints traded 2 picks for him for some reason, and now he's a big part of their offense.
We know the reason.
Yeah, because he's really fucking good.
Hold on, guys.
gonna
Ramondre
save your
Stevenson
season.
is running the Wildcat.
Because we needed that.
Yeah.
The other ones that I really consider here, Isaac Tesla. We don't know what's going on with Amon-Ra St. Brown. If he doesn't play, I would definitely take Tesla. But I have the feeling Amon-Ra St. Brown is just going to come back.
I feel like Amon-Ra might not play for one game, but
Thursday night.
Khalif Raymond might replace him, but he has an ankle. He also is injured, so
there's just a lot of questions.
Yeah, I don't want to bet on Tesla, but also he's just such a playmaker that if it's just Jameson Williams and Tesla, part of me just thinks they're going to make something happen.
Tesla this season has 6 catches and 3 of them are touchdowns.
That's exactly, and that's the thing. It's like it's one of them. Like, what happens if he actually has to play a whole game? So, but also I don't want to bet on that. But Sam Laporta's hurt. Brock Wright's hurt. It's like they're down 2 receivers. They're down 2 tight ends. Like at some point, I don't know. He might have to play a whole game. But it's hard to put your season on the line with a guy with 6 catches in the entire year. So yeah, Dontavian Wicks. I think also Pat Bryant for the Bron. I think stash is guys that could be good down the line. I think it's all the rookies we were talking about. Jayden Higgins, Dontavian Wicks is not a rookie, but Pat Bryant for the Broncos is starting to look.
Yeah. What's funny, DK, your guy, Sean Payton. I talked on, what day was it, about Troy Franklin overtaking Cortland Sutton as like the new red zone guy. Well, Monday night, Troy Franklin hardly involved. And now Pat Bryant, their rookie, they took in the 3rd round, right?
Yeah.
Had more targets than Troy Franklin and has played more offensive snaps in both 2 and 3 wide receiver sets on Sunday night than Troy Franklin.
You want to know why? Do you want to know why, Craig?
I don't think I do. I don't. I don't want to
Because Sean Payton fucking hates you. That's why. He wants you to be unhappy. He doesn't want you to win in anything.
Yeah. What do they tend
I mean,
to
they keep winning, which is fine. Whatever. I don't care. But
fuck that. 9 wins in a row. Who gives a shit about that? I think those are guys for this week. If you want to just stash a receiver for the playoffs, I think there's a few. Jayden Reed, the receiver for the Packers. I don't know when they're going to activate him off injured reserve. I think it's soon. He had 2 surgeries. So he had a foot issue, like a Jones fracture in his foot in August, and he was going to play through it. And then he broke his collarbone in week 2 and he had to get surgery in his collarbone. He was like, fuck it, I'll get surgery on the foot too. So he's just coming back from collarbone and foot surgery. So I don't know if I want to play a guy who has 2 injuries in his first game back in the playoffs. But if Jayden Reed comes back, he's a man among boys. I've always loved the way he plays. And I think he is just one of those guys that always just has a nose for the end zone. They always get scheme touches. He's like a Debo-ish for the Green Bay. Like he doesn't get like the metrics don't love his usage or whatever. I don't give a shit. He scores a ton of touchdowns. And Matt LaFleur really wants Jayden Reed back. So he's a guy that if he comes back and looks good in his first time, I'd actually trust putting him on my lineup later relatively to your other waiver options. The other one, Mike Evans might get activated off injured reserve. That's another guy just throwing an IR spot. If you got one, just add Mike Evans if he got cut because it seemed like he might be out for the year. And then Jalen Coker for the Panthers, who's on bye this week. But I think he's just a really good player.
The Cokeheads.
Yeah. And so just add Jalen Coker if you need a receiver. I think he's just
also
better.
Luther Burden again.
I'll keep shouting out Luther Burden.
Yeah.
I don't know when I would play Luther Burden, but I agree that he's fun to watch.
It feels good to have him on your bench, though, doesn't it?
It feels like you're planning for the future.
It's like a fucking, you just bought some stocks or something.
Yeah, it's just nice to have him sit there. He looks good on the bench, It's prudent to have him.
Is that what people say? I just bought some stocks. How would people say that to another person?
I just got back from the stock store.
I just went to the stock market.
Yeah.
And I picked up some stocks.
I just went to the stock market.
Please email us trivia questions about the stock market. That's so funny. Okay,
guys, I can't wait to tell you who I'm picking at tight end.
It feels like a Nathan for you or something. Just the stock market. Okay, so we're at tight end. DK is your number 1 tight end off waiver.
Guys,
entering week 14.
This weekend, I'm going out and getting some strange. I'm going for it.
Okay.
Craig is.
So you know what's funny? So what's so funny, DK? What's the joke?
Getting some strange ass.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I continue.
Strange.
It's
Craig,
strange ass.
Mm-hmm.
Strange refers to ass, or in general just women.
Well, both. I think.
Okay.
I still have never heard anyone use this other than you in the context of adding Brenton Strange off waivers.
Go out there and get some strange.
I'm gonna
what
Google
decade
it.
It's a line from Wedding Crashers. Go out there and get some strange ass.
It just
Yes.
means have sex with a new person.
You're of a different generation. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't actually know if I've never actually said that to anyone in real life other than you guys, but it does bother Craig quite a bit.
I feel like that photo of you that we posted on Instagram, that guy said, let's get some strange.
Let's go out and get some strange. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
No, I definitely
Nordic
didn't say
fjords. Okay,
Never said that. I'm classy.
so you're taking Craig. Are you taking strange?
100%.
I hate saying this. Oh, fuck.
Craig, did you Google the expression?
Yeah, it says that it's having sex
It's
with
a
a new
thing.
person.
No,
There we
no
go.
Darren Waller for you guys.
No.
I don't really like relying
Over
on
Brenton
Dolphins.
Strange? Brenton Strange is like a big part of the offense.
Yeah, he's like their leading receiver now. Plus, Parker Washington's probably out for who
Yeah,
God
I
knows how
guess.
long.
Yeah, you're right. Parker Washington hurt. Brent Strange is the answer. Fine.
Thank you.
All right. That means it's time to go out and look for some strange.
Go to the stock
Showdown
market
Can I change my
Go
mind? Is
out.
it too late?
and look for some strange.
That just sounds so seedy.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
I know. That's who you were in a past life. I know it. I know it to be true.
Okay.
Okay. You were a little rascal in the 90s.
Rascal.
What were you getting up to?
What
What were you
Little
doing in the
emo
late
guy.
90s?
Holy
Y2K,
shit.
you guys thought the world was ending. You guys were doing.
We were
Anything.
living. We're carpe in the DM. You know.
Yeah, is that what they're calling it?
Yeah.
Should I admit something really
Does the
embarrassing?
carpe match the diem?
Oh, that's pretty good.
You're like, fuck, I wish I had that. All right, let's
Heifetz,
do
what
it.
happened there? What's going on?
You watching the Giants game?
I said that this is going to be one of those 90% of people listening make fun of me and 10% are like, whoa. I was like making fun of DK having the ear ring. And I was like, it's his ear ring. And I was like,
Ear
oh my
ring?
God, that's why they call it that.
You
Earrings.
didn't know what it was.
Or just
You didn't know earring
earrings.
was
That's-
earring.
I never thought about it.
Good
yeah,
God.
I don't know if I ever really thought about it either.
It's
Good God, man.
ear ring. It's
Ear
a ring.
ring.
Like that is two words they just put into one word. Ear ring.
Did
I
you
know.
know that nose ring is also a ring that you put into
Well,
your
that
nose?
one-
But
that
that's
one
not a
feels
word
different.
for a thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get
Nose
Jackie
ring's not a
earrings.
word?
I just never thought about it. But yeah, just
You don't say
earrings.
nose earring.
Why is a necklace not called a neck ring? Why is it called a necklace?
It's a
Maybe
threat,
it used
like
to be
you're gonna
made out
ring
of
your neck.
lace.
Oh my God. They were neck lace.
Christ.
Necklace?
Yeah, they were made of lace.
What is
Fuck.
lace?
Lace, is
Lace?
a material.
You don't know what lace is?
Well, lace is not isn't lace like a style of garment, not an actual
I
texture?
think it's a
No,
textile.
it's a texture.
A lace is a
Wow, a neck
unique
lace.
garment.
Look it up. Google
Fine
it.
open fabric.
So like lace is made out of lace, or is lace
Lace
just
is typically cotton or
Lace
silk.
is like a type of fabric. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking
like a lace
canvas
napkin?
or something. Yeah.
You know, like a lace napkin.
Or denim. Maybe
neck
not, I
lace.
don't know.
Wow, never thought about that. Now
Neck
everyone listening
lace?
being like, you're idiots, are like, some people listening are like, holy shit.
Heifetz, did you know that breakfast is breaking the fast?
All
I
right.
did, but only later.
Craig. We got to educate this young man.
Anyway, what are we
Neck
doing?
lace.
Okay, this trivia question's from Trey.
Trey.
T-bone.
What's up, Trey?
And
What
I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's somewhere in Alaska. It's a small town, and there's like I don't know how to say the name.
Try.
Yeah.
Do an accent too.
Well, I don't know about that.
Ukigivik.
What is
It's
it?
Utkigvik. I don't even know if that's like Native American or Russian or I don't know what.
All right.
Ukigivik. Anyway, in the middle of somewhere in Alaska, the sun went down on November 18th. What day do you think it will come back up
November
in this place in
18th.
Alaska? Went down November 18th. When will the sun return?
What a
What
great
day?
question from Trey.
This is a great question.
Does Trey live there?
I don't think so, but I did not ask.
He probably would have said that.
I feel like he definitely would have mentioned that.
All right.
I also didn't get very close on this one, so you guys should win.
Okay. I have no
All right.
idea. I mean, I
3,
have an idea.
2, 1.
February
February
20th.
23rd. What
Wow,
did you
that's
say?
Weirdly
I said
close.
February 20th.
Ooh, 23rd.
Weirdly
What
close.
did you say, Heifetz?
I was not even close. I said December 11th, which was super wrong. The answer is January 22nd.
Damn it!
This
Bang!
place in Alaska is going to go
Actually, I'm
65
just team not
days.
Heifetz, so that's fine. What is it? How many days?
65 days without the sun.
Wow. There's a there is a village somewhere up near the Arctic Circle that I believe is like a Norwegian town, and it's kind of the same deal as this place where the sun just goes down, and then like 3 or 4 months later, they're just waiting. It's just dark for a huge part of the year. Goddamn, what is that place called? I'll look it up. Anyway, Craig, who you taking?
Strange.
Getting some Strange?
I found some Strange.
Nice.
DK.
I'll take Waller.
It sucks ass.
Darren Waller.
I think Waller's good.
All he does is score touchdowns.
The Miami is the pass it to the Italians offense, and I think Darren Waller's an honorary Italian because he kind of just showed up and Jalen Waddle went away. Did the Giants just botch a field goal? I'm gonna fucking kill
Yeah,
this
that
team.
was
I hate
that.
this team
I've
so
never
much.
really seen anything quite like that
I hate
before.
them so much. I'm so upset. You know what? I feel so
That's
stupid
crazy.
for thinking they were gonna win this game.
What
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck happened?
Svalbard is the name of the place I was thinking of.
Dude, the
Svalbard.
kicker,
So what happened? What did Young Wei
the
do?
holder muffs the ball a little
Oh,
bit,
no.
and the kicker just stops and doesn't kick the ball.
Oh,
He's like, well, it's like they were
Young
practicing.
Wei. Young Wei. Oh my God.
Have you ever? It's like they were practicing, and Young Wei
It
was like,
wasn't
"No,
a
no,
good-
wait, you screwed that up. Let's try that
Start
again."
over.
Do you know? I actually don't think I've seen that in the NFL in a long time. Usually, you see that a lot in like high school, sometimes in college. That would have won Ick of the Week.
It looks like his foot got stuck.
He just froze. Ugh.
Probably got turf toe
Kick
now,
it
kicking the
anyway.
ground.
God
So
damn it. Giants.
Well-
All right, Heifetz, which tight end are you taking?
My season of line is pretty hard because there's Harold Fannin on the Browns, but I'm like, I you gonna have Shitter Sanders be your quarterback and like throwing to Fannin. And I don't want to go down that way. I probably would do Isaiah Likely on the Ravens, which I don't love
They
either.
play
But
Pittsburgh and then Cincy the next 2
I
weeks.
know that's the thing. The defenses are kind of sieves. 95 yards last week, even with the Ravens being a mess. He should have had a touchdown. So I think Isaiah Likely. I also would throw out AJ Barner for the Seahawks, which I don't love either. But
Mhm.
when the Seahawks played the Rams, they had like 10 catches for 70 yards for AJ Barner. And then the Rams defense, I don't know. There's some similarities with what the Falcons do. And so I kind of wonder if AJ Barner might end up also getting a lot of catches instead of Njigba. So there's a chance of that. He does the tush push. So, you know, you could have worse prayer tight ends than a guy who did 10 catches just a few weeks ago. But I would go Isaiah Likely or AJ Barner. And then Harold Fannin maybe is good. But I can't. The way Craig can't go down with the Jets, I can't go down having Shitter Sanders need to complete a pass.
No love for Evan Ingram.
No, because I listened
No.
to you. The Broncos.
He's also on the Broncos,
You like the don't.
which is a negative in my mind.
You said 3 weeks ago you just were like Evan Ingram will randomly have a great game in week 13 and disappear, and then he did, and I'm like, I actually
Sure
never said
enough.
that. So I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's fair.
we're going to get to quarterbacks and defense in a second, but first, FanDuel's now live in Missouri, and to
Woo!
celebrate, we're going to
Heck
go
yeah.
back to the start, and we're going to take a look at the mighty 1963 Kansas City Chiefs, the first year of the Chiefs.
63. Craig, what were you doing in 63?
63. I was working at the mill back then.
He was on the grassy knoll.
I was working at the
What kind of mill, Craig?
But it was a bunch, couple mills. I was kind of bouncing back and forth.
It was a multi-purpose mill.
Yeah, it was kind of a multi-hyphenate mill.
Multi-hyphenate mill.
Yeah,
That's good.
we were doing a lot of things. I was kind of a manager there. No big deal.
So
I was
Mr.
overseeing the mill.
You were Mr. Manager, yeah.
Yeah.
So the 63 Chiefs, the Chiefs were the Dallas Texans at first, then they moved to Kansas City. And they went to
The Dallas Texans?
they were the Dallas
Wow.
Dallas Texans. And then they moved to Kansas City in 1963. And
Mm-hmm.
in honor of FanDuel being live in Missouri, I wanted to go through some of the players in the 1963 Chiefs. Starting with a fullback named Jack Spikes.
Fuck.
They don't make them like
Craig,
that.
did he
anymore.
work at the mill with you?
Jack
Yeah.
Spikes? Yeah. He was doing the hard work though. He was like
Yeah.
he was our macho guy.
Right.
I don't know
Yeah.
where the rankings of like names for players, just things that look cool in a jersey, but Spikes is like S tier.
Jack Spikes.
Jack
Spikes.
Spikes.
When I go hiking, I always bring my Jack Spikes.
Other players in this team, other names. There's Dick Johnson.
Okay. Feels like those were a dime a dozen back then.
If I had a nickel for all the Dick Johnsons I knew back in the day.
A lot of Dick Johnsons at the mill.
All of the mills were filled with Dick Johnsons.
All the
What
foreman.
are the type of mills? Give me a mill.
Sawmill.
Sawmill? Grain mill?
Grain mill. Types of. That's a good question. Types of,
What are the other types of mills? I don't even really know. Like, what are you
grinding-
milling?
Oh, no, those are physical mills. I want to. Grain mills, stamp mills.
Pebble mill,
Pebble mill?
maybe.
What is a mill?
They mill things.
What is
They're
a mill?
grinding and processing materials like grain, ore, and cement.
Also, is a sawmill, isn't that more of a tool than it is an actual building? Like, it's not like a.
Sometimes they put it in a building.
I think they just like chop wood.
You're milling a log. Craig.
Like when I think, yeah. When I think of a mill, I'm thinking of like a large kind of factory-like situation.
Hmm.
Is that not what you're thinking of? You thinking of
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
little
no.
tractor thing that you like mill
No,
grain
I'm
with?
thinking of a building.
I think it's both because the building has a big mill.
Right.
Correct. Okay, give me some more names.
Oh,
besides
yeah,
Dick
sorry.
Johnson.
Okay, we got Jack Spikes and Dick Johnson.
Smoky Stover.
God, that's
Smokey's
good.
cool, man. Smokey
Linebacker
plays.
named Smoky. Smoky Stover.
Man, that's good. I
He
kind of want to
actually did
hang out
work
with
at a mill.
Smokey
That's crazy.
Stover.
Smokey Stover worked at a mill.
No, I'm kidding. I made that up. Then the other guy. Oh, dude, there's some this team. I mean, Dwayne Wood just
There
kinda
was a
speaks to
comic
me.
strip called Smokey Stover. That's probably why
Really?
it was called that.
Oh.
Oh, that actually that's a good.
It was
call,
from the
DK.
30s.
Oh, wow.
I also can't. Dick Johnson really played every position on this team, which is incredible.
I bet he did.
I also love Abner Haynes.
That's Abner Haynes. I feel like I know that name.
Should we bring Abner Haynes back?
Was Abner Haynes famous?
He was the 1960 SN Player of the Year.
I think that
SN?
rings a bell. He just died last year.
Oh no!
R.I.P.
R.I.P..
86 years old.
R.I.P. to Abner Haynes.
Jack Spikes, his photo on Wikipedia is a player card.
Like a painting.
There's a drawing of him on a card. And he was the fullback, halfback, and kicker.
See, they could do 2 or 3 different things.
Dude, the fucking linebackers can kick, but punters
Back
can't
in the
kick.
day, they
Give
didn't
me a
worry about
break.
how tired your leg was going to get. That wasn't even part of their thing. That wasn't in the vocabulary. Tired. They didn't say tired.
Yeah, give me a break. Okay. Remember, FanDuel's now live in Missouri, and they're celebrating with a ton of great promotions and rewards for everyone. So sign up today and take advantage all week long. You don't want to miss out.
I want to start a contest out there for people. Jack Spikes is one of the shorter Wikipedias I've ever seen. I want people to submit the shortest Wikipedia of a real human being they can find.
That's
So
cool.
you're good enough. It's like you just cleared the Wikipedia bar, but not enough to have a substantial page.
Giants just gave up another touchdown.
To who?
Is
Kyle
that a
Williams,
touchdown?
33-yard touchdown.
They're reviewing it.
It's a touchdown.
One.
It's definitely a touchdown.
He might have dragged his foot.
You know what? This team sucks.
I don't.
He might not be in.
I don't think he's in. That left
No,
knee
they're
came
kinda
down before his right
celebrating.
foot.
I keep forgetting Kyle Williams is on the team.
These
Oh, they're giving it to him.
These Pats jerseys unfortunately rip.
I know.
All the throwback jerseys
Pat the
are good.
Patriot. It's a freaking Revolutionary War soldier hiking a football.
It's sweet. It's really cool. Dude, the Seahawks ones they wore this week were awesome. The Broncos ones are sweet. They're all good.
I love the mascots playing. Like, I do kind of want more of
I
that.
know.
Part of me, the
Like
Vikings
the
have.
dolphin with a helmet on.
I love
we-
the dolphin with the helmet on. Like, the Vikings have the horns, which is cool, but I kind of want to see something of a Viking playing football. Like, there's a lot of good stuff out there.
I agree. We're having like a branding crisis in America right now. I swear. There's like
Yeah.
all these, you can watch and read all these things about why, like how logos and fonts and everything is just like regressing to the same oversimplified, like minimalist look.
Hate it.
You know?
Hate it.
You're right, Craig. I can't believe the Dolphins took the helmet off the Dolphin.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
In this
Right.
era?
Imagine being the
Yeah.
person who was like, no helmet.
Yeah, everything is less creative now. It's more market tested, I suppose, and cleaner and simpler and sleeker. But I liked when it just felt like it was 3 guys in a room being like, what if we put a helmet on a dolphin? That's what I want.
like the Buccaneers
safety.
were like an actual
It feels like
fucking
there's human
sailor.
touch on the things that you're consuming, you know?
I want the person who should be in charge of all this is the person who is like, I want a giant pirate ship in the Tampa Bay Stadium.
Yeah.
That person should just design all the stadiums.
Yeah, there's like some ridiculous AI edit of like what every NFL stadium should actually be. And it's pretty cool. It's like the Bengals, it's like a jungle, and there's like, there's like a literal pirate ship like in a river going through Tampa Bay. It's cool. It's fun.
Craig, I was looking at I was like perusing old eBay like old ads.
Yeah.
Just because it's really interesting how, like, obviously now they just like run out of things to say, I think, but like there was some Winston cigarette commercials that were just like, Winston tastes good.
Yeah. Guinness is good for your health.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
This is like the
all
band,
all the Guinness ones.
This is like the band's thing. Like nothing had been said yet,
Right.
They had all this, they could say whatever they wanted.
It's like, drink Ovaltine, a great start of your day, breakfast with Ovaltine.
Yeah, see?
Like, all right.
There was a bunch of ads. There's a bunch. I don't know why I was just perusing like the cigarette ads, but there's like a bunch that just said low tar.
Yeah.
Sweet. Hell
For
yeah.
a clean,
Sounds
smooth finish.
They milled the tar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less tar.
Extra milled tar. Okay. Well, speaking of ads, now for a special segment of today's episode, Smarter Moves, presented by Chime, here to help you bank smarter this season. Chime's got smarter moves for your money, and we've got smarter moves for your league this week. If you need a quarterback, I think the quarterback, because again, Jackson Dart, Brock Purdy, Bryce Young, Drake May all are on bye, and then Justin Herbert has a broken hand. He might play. He's a metacarpal fracture in his left hand, but it's Monday Night Football, so I don't think you want to leave the Herbert decision to Monday, because if he doesn't play, you're kind of screwed, although we can talk about that. And then you have Aaron Rodgers, who has a broken wrist. His fractures in his wrist, they didn't displace, but still, that's not great. Jordan Love, also just a weird amount of non-throwing shoulder arm injuries this year between Aaron Rodgers and Herbert, Jordan Love, Jayden Daniels, Baker,
The
like
new
all
mallet
have
finger.
mallet. Yeah, it's the new mallet fingers, the non-throwing turf toe on the non-throwing arm. So, with that said, quarterbacks to stream. I think Trevor Lawrence, if he's available, I think Trevor Lawrence is the best thing you could do at quarterback because he runs, he throws. Like Trevor Lawrence is more mobile than you'd think for someone who kind of runs a little bit like a newly born giraffe. So I think you could do Trevor Lawrence. If not, if he's probably rostered. The two people, if you have Herbert in particular, but I also think he works. Trey Lance. I think if you have Justin Herbert, you should add Trey Lance because I don't know if he can play, but he can move and he can still run. And watching the preseason, I was like, oh, I don't know. And probably bad. It will probably be a disaster, but I think Trey Lance for fantasy can totally get you a very ugly 16 points if Herbert doesn't play. And if you have a Monday Night Football and you're going to play Herbert, I think it's essential. The other person I'd say, Tyrod Taylor for the Jets. I know it's ugly, but Tyrod Taylor had 21 points last week in fantasy. He ran for 40 plus yards and a touchdown. Like it's not great, but I think Tyrod Taylor, like you could do a lot worse if in a pinch than a guy. It's weird to say about, I think he's 36 years old, but he is faster than most NFL quarterbacks. So I think if you're really, really, really down bad, you could do that because, I'm not going to recommend JJ McCarthy or whatever, despite the schedule. Kirk Cousins is playing the Seahawks. Cam Ward is playing the Browns. Like a lot of the quarterbacks available have horrible matchups. So I think Tyrod Taylor is probably the best move you got.
How do you feel about the fact that even if Herbert does play, this is crazy. He's getting surgery. He had surgery today, Monday, and he might play this week, Monday night, a week from now. Do you think you should even play Herbert because there's a chance that Lance is comes in on the goal line anyway? You know what I mean?
I don't know. So it's weird because the non-throwing hand, it really affects the running game more. And obviously can make it worse by
under center, yeah.
But it makes under center snaps harder. And it's when you, I always get this wrong mirroring it, but it's like when you turn, run to the left, you got to hand it with your right arm. I don't know why I can never do that in my head, but it affects running to one side sometimes. So that's the problem, is whether you can grip the ball. So he probably will end up doing what Rodgers did last week if it's really a problem and take the pistol. I think Jim Harbaugh would rather change the entire offense to have Justin Herbert play than try to have Trey Lance play. I think Jim Harbaugh would rather have Herbert get the ball out and all the time. But yeah, maybe you don't want to play Herbert at all. But Herbert says he's going to play, and I kind of think Herbert will play. But you do need a backup plan.
Yeah.
So
I will probably, for a lot of people who have Herbert, if you're in a super flex league, something like that, which I am in my home league, and I have Herbert. Honestly, if you're in a sharp enough league, there are literally no quarterbacks on the waiver wire, and so Trey Lance might be your only option.
Yeah, and he's definitely available. So, and if someone else has Herbert and you're going to play them, pick up Trey Lance so they can't have him. Okay. Defense this week. I'm just going to list a few teams because you never know what defenses are available. The Browns versus the Titans. I know that's obvious, but if the Browns defense is available and playing Tennessee, it's like the opportunity of a lifetime. I kind of think Myles Garrett has an outside shot to just break the sack record this week against the Titans. Cam Ward has been sacked more than any quarterback, and he's playing the Browns. The Eagles versus the Chargers. I think the Eagles are available in more leagues than you would think, and they're playing perhaps Trey Lance, which would be quite the thing for the Eagles. So keep an eye on that. I also think the Colts versus the Jaguars. I don't know if that's traditionally a great matchup or whatever, but I kind of just still think Trevor Lawrence is a little bit of a blockhead, and he can do great in fantasy, but still throw a pick six. Like Trevor, I can kind of already see Cam Bynum, the Colts safety, just dancing in the end zone or something, doing one of his rom-com dances or something. So I kind of think the Colts defense is pretty good there. I also wanted to mention a bunch of stash candidates for defense, because if you already clinched the playoffs and you want to look ahead, if you want to look at, if you don't have a first round bye and you're going to play in week 15, San Francisco has a bye in week 14, but in week 15, they play the Titans. And again, the Titans are awful and just scored 3 points against Jacksonville, and Cam Ward's been sacked the most. So the Niners don't have a great defense, but the Titans week 15. The Eagles defense are playing the Raiders in week 15. That's also just very juicy. Dallas, never would have thought I'd recommend this, but Dallas, whose defense has been better, is playing the Vikings in week 15. And until J.J. McCarthy looks better, if you're in a league where you're like, oh, none of these defenses are available, Dallas defense is available. And you could get J.J. McCarthy. And then the other one, even the Bears week 15, you don't want to play them in week 14, but Bears week 15, the Browns are in Chicago. And I think the Bears defense, who has the most turnovers, I think that, again, another team that's, I think, super available in fantasy is the Bears defense. And you could do a lot worse than having Shadur be the quarterback your defense is facing in week 15. If you've already clinched a first round bye, which hopefully you have because you're listening to the show, the teams I would highlight that, again, I think these are probably available. The Bills also playing the Browns in week 16. And maybe Quinshon Judkins can run on the Bills a lot, but I just think the Browns are a smart team to target. The Chiefs are playing the Titans in week 16. So Cam Ward versus the Chiefs. And then the Steelers, who, if they're not available, they're going to get cut. The Steelers play the Browns in week 17. So the Steelers, I know the defense is tough, and I know you've seen teams run on them, but part of me still just, maybe I'm making too much of this, but I just think Shadur Sanders, Cam Ward, J.J. McCarthy, any of these teams that have playmakers like a TJ Watt, I would just spam and target all the guys that are playing this team. So I think that's a defense that's probably available. And needless to say, Texans, Browns, Seahawks, the great defenses, if they're available, go get them. But those are the teams I would throw out.
Yeah, Steelers is a good one.
Steelers, Browns week 17. That would be something. All right, that's it for this week's edition of Smarter Moves. But remember, if you want to make your smartest move yet, switch to Chime. Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided by the Bancorp Bank NA or Stride Bank NA. Members FDIC. Learn more at chime.com. Okay. All right. Emails. I have a trivia question here that didn't work, but I wanted to read it anyway.
Okay.
It didn't work?
Well, it's not it's from Zuck.
It's not a closest to the pin one? Okay.
Yeah. Zuck's breakfast was 2 Chick-fil-A biscuits and 1 large vanilla milkshake.
Jesus Christ.
What's his name? Zuck?
Zuck.
What's up, Zuck?
T-Bone. Chick-fil-A biscuits and you said a vanilla milkshake?
A large vanilla milkshake.
For breakfast? That sounds amazing, actually.
Is that like a Thanksgiving week only kind of thing, or is that kind of an everyday situation?
If it's every day, I'm very proud of you.
It's wild. So Zuck's trivia question was, what was the name of Teddy Roosevelt's pet hyena?
Of course.
And I kind of wanted to see if we could guess and just decide who was closest. But I gotta
say, in the recesses of my brain, I maybe knew that he had a pet hyena, but
I did not. And that's really what I wanted to talk about, is Teddy Roosevelt had a hyena.
Okay.
So I looked into this.
You can have a pet hyena?
Well, it turns out back in the day.
Was it in the White House?
Well, I don't know, man. Written up the upholstery.
Where the fuck did they get it?
Well, I think it was given
Teddy
by
Roosevelt
the president
famously
of
hunted
Ethiopia.
every animal in the world.
So, but he went and got it from Africa?
Hold on. Now I get. Oh yeah. So this is the National Park Service. All the pets, and apparently, I guess people just give the president pets. So also, you never guess.
Right.
Wait. First of all, what do you think the hyena's name was?
Zach.
Jack Spikes.
The hyena was named Bill.
Bill. Damn it.
Okay.
That was right there.
Bill the hyena. And he was a gift from the Emperor of Ethiopia. But I really went down this rabbit hole of all the animals people would just give Teddy Roosevelt. So the Roosevelt kids had a small. I remember now why I put this in. The Roosevelt kids had a small bear named Jonathan Edwards.
Jonathan Edwards?
Yes. This is on the National Park Service government website.
He had a first and last name.
They had a lizard named Bill.
All right.
They had a lizard named Bill and a hyena named
Not
Bill.
a lot of options back then.
Guinea pigs named Admiral Dewey, Dr. Johnson, Bishop Doane, and Fighting Bob Evans.
Fighting Bob.
Fighting Bob Evans
after like
was a guinea
their
pig.
friends who died in the war or something.
Oh, there's also
Was
Father
this the
O'Grady.
children? This was the children name they said?
I guess. I don't know. Did the kids name a guinea pig Father O'Grady? It's like they named him Cuddles or something. The pig named Maud.
Maud.
Maude?
M-A-U-D.
It's a good movie. A badger named Josiah.
Okay. A
course.
badger.
This is
A
like
badger
while he's
in the house?
president. He's like president. This is happening. He has a blue macaw named Eli Yale.
Wait, are these all presidents in the history of this country, or
No,
who
this
are we
is
talking
just
about?
Teddy Roosevelt.
This is
while
all
he's
just
president.
Teddy.
Just Teddy had all these animals.
Where were they kept? Were they all separate? Could they hang out together? Did any get along? I would love to know if they were unlikely friendships that were
Unlikely
forged.
animal friendships. It's the hyena and the guinea pigs getting along.
Yeah, was Bill hanging out with Josiah?
This should be like instead of the Real Wives of Mormon Wives, we should have like all the pets.
Was there any fighting? Did one eat the other?
Of course.
I want to know. Dude, I saw hyenas in Africa. Those are some ugly motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
So
the sound they make is crazy as
They are creepy looking.
They do the little like
yeah. They just like they just look sinister.
What do?
No.
They have like a weird like posture. They're kind of hunched
Yeah,
the
they're
way
like
they
Lion
walk.
King kind of
They
got
got
it
like a-
right.
They did.
Lion
they
King
picked the
kinda
right
nailed it.
animal.
They walk
they
all
did.
fucking weird. Hold on.
Get like a hunchback. They look they're brooding at all times.
Yeah. They look like they're up to something.
They are up to something.
Yeah.
Trying to come steal your young or something.
Yeah, hyenas.
Maybe hyenas get a bad rap. I don't know.
No, they get
They're-
it.
they're
I don't
dicks
think.
in
I
all
think
the
they get a
movies.
good. I think the rep is accurate.
I think the rep is accurate for the hyenas.
It's not like a pit bull situation.
If you're a hyena, email us in. Let us know what it's
If,
really like.
if anyone thinks we're besmirching the hyenas, I think the hyenas are accurate. They're like, we're not in.
I mean,
Although
hyena is
did,
literally a word for like a really dicky person.
I saw a crazy article though.
Hyena.
I saw a crazy thing. I think it was the Washington Post or something where it was about whether raccoons are the next animal that's going to be domesticated. And on the scope of like thousands of years, like not like
Really?
next year, not like pets now.
You know,
But,
there
like-
are videos online of people who have raccoons.
Well,
and they're rather cute.
that's what it's about. And they were talking about how some people are taking them in and they're like, that sounds crazy to be like pet raccoons. But you got to remember dogs, cats, like this took like thousands of years. And there's evolutionary changes, obviously, because, English bulldogs weren't exactly waddling around like 10,000 years ago. The point being, raccoons, and you can kind of see, they're getting cuter.
Yeah,
And
they
the
are.
snouts are getting shorter. The snouts in raccoons in cities.
They're evolving to be domesticated.
that's
to be
like an
desired as a
indication
pet.
of that's an indication of domestication.
Yes.
Whatever, yeah.
It's
They're
a
evolving
huge-
to be a desired as a pet.
desired as a pet, and people more
They
teeth
don't-
is like
they don't
less.
chew with their mouth open anymore. Yeah.
But like if you Google raccoons, man, no, these fuckers are cute.
Did you guys ever hear the Nate Bargatze bit about dogs and how dogs have changed? He's like, they say that you shouldn't let your dog sleep in your bed because then you can't assert dominance anymore. He's like, have you seen dogs these days? He's like, when I was growing up, they were basically just one step down from a wolf. They just lived out in the backyard.
Yeah.
Your friend comes over and you're like, should we go out there? He's like, I wouldn't. Dogs these days are like wearing sweaters. They're on your flight. Craig is holding the dog.
At a restaurant with you. Yeah.
Dude, walk.
Craig, did you
walk
have to hold
around,
the dog on a flight?
I did. Greta. Greta the
You
dog.
had to hold the dog on the flight
You had to
for
hold
like
some
3
stranger's
hours.
It's like a
dog.
3-hour flight. She passed out next to me. Dude, people walk their dogs in strollers.
Wait,
Oh my
can you
God.
rehash that for people who never heard that story?
I was flying to Utah. A woman next to me, maybe in her 40s, had a bunch of clothes on her lap, just had all this luggage and this tiny little dog, a little chihuahua named Greta. And Greta kind of
Chihuahua.
sauntered over onto my lap before the plane took off. And she was like, oh, she likes you. And I was like, oh, ha, whatever. Assuming that this would be maybe 5 minutes before Greta goes back onto her owner's lap. Well, the plane, starts picking up speed, getting ready to take off. I look over at this woman. She's passed out.
Dude, that's crazy.
And Greta nestles into my lap, and I held on to her for the entire 3-hour flight. We landed. The woman wakes up, and she goes, oh, thank you. And I was like, yep.
That's crazy.
No problem.
God.
She's like, have a good one.
Was
like,
the dog
you
wearing
too.
clothes?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Chihuahuas are notoriously like mean too if they're to people that they don't know.
Was the dog
dog
nice
was-
to you?
Yeah, it was like terrified. It was on a plane. It was like, where the fuck am I?
We're
Do you
flying
think she
through
was
the air.
pretending to be asleep because she didn't want to deal with it, or do you think she was?
No,
sleeping?
like she seemed asleep.
Like
she seemed
barred
like she
out?
needed to sleep.
She was more than asleep.
Yeah. The,
And then when we landed, the guy sitting across the aisle from me as we walked out, he was like, I saw everything that happened, and you're a saint.
that's good karma.
I like it when people are like, I saw what you just went through.
I want it known.
You are not a hoe.
Jawan
Just wanted
Jennings is a hoe. I want that known.
We gotta start calling people hoes. That's
That's
funny.
a thing now.
He's a hoe, and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts.
Hold on. Ramondre Stevenson is tearing up the.
I hate the Giants. Can we go
He
back
just
to
had-
the
he-
dog thing for a
Ramondre
second?
just caught like a 40-yard pass.
Dude, do you know this was almost my argument against it was like Drake May and Mike Vrabel are still just better than Dart. And like, I still kind of think when the head coach and quarterback are unquestionably better than the other side, just the points are just going to hit.
Why did we bet on this? Oh God.
Yeah, it's 27-7 heading into halftime, potentially more.
So we got him right where we want him.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna? Yeah, so they're gonna kick a field goal, so it's likely gonna be 30
30
to
to
7.
7.5.
All right,
Do you think Travion Henderson's going to play in the second half?
probably
I think we're
not.
going to see a lot of Terrell Jennings.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cool.
However, 30 to 7. If this were the Bears, this is where Ben Johnson would say we got him right where we want him.
Yeah. That's true.
So there is a world in which you're kind of lulling them into a false sense of security, and then this is when you pounce like a hyena.
Email us if you know anything about hyenas or raccoons.
A little raccoon pet. They are really cute. Their
They're
little
super
hands.
cute.
Their little hands are cute. They're
They
really
got- they're-
dexterous with their hands.
Yeah, they can hold stuff, which is a little creepy in a home.
It
Like they can
is.
hold shit.
Yeah, you can like give them like they can just like eat M&Ms. They just look like a little person.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
We're all worried about AI. Meanwhile, the raccoons are going to start living in our houses.
They're cute. They're little
They are
trash,
very cute.
They're
little trash
super
pant
cute.
bandits.
I think they're right. I do think they'll end up in homes. I'm like, they look.
Well, they're
cute as
already so
hell.
close, right? Because they're usually in your side yard digging through your trash. They already know you a little bit.
Well,
You know
they're
what I mean?
like, yeah, because they're
So
halfway there.
intimately.
When
They
you
know
when
what
you
you're
see a
into.
raccoon outside, they don't give a fuck. They're just like hanging out. They
Dude,
don't like
it's
run away.
Squirrels too these days. You guys, city squirrels, they don't give a fuck. Like,
I know.
they-
Yeah,
you
for
can't
sure.
scare
Same with
them away.
birds. City birds don't give a shit, dude. You can kick it and be like, "What are you doing?"
Dude, the bird, that underrated part, especially in like
What are
New
you
York.
doing?
Yeah, they don't. They're like, you get the like, yeah, you scare them away. They're like, you get the fuck out of here.
Every fucking bird in New York is like Robert De Niro from Taxi Driver. That like is their mentality. Do you think the raccoons are going to evolve to no longer be nocturnal?
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't know. That's probably for the.
I hope so.
scientists.
So we could see them more. Because they're cute as hell.
Maybe I
I
mean, if they
know
take out
that
the
would suck if they were sleeping the whole day while and then up all night. That's kind of the worst pet.
That would be a terrible pet, actually.
awful.
If you're working the graveyard shift, raccoon, great pet.
You know, like a couple years ago, a raccoon got into my wife's parents' house
Mm.
and got in a fight with the house cat in the middle of the night.
Who won?
And they chased each other. The raccoon chased the cat around the house. And we woke up in the morning and there was like little raccoon and cat paw prints all over the house and like papers were everywhere. You could basically trace
Like a crime
where
scene.
it went all throughout the house.
Was the
And
cat
then-
okay?
The cat was fine. I don't know who
Cats
was
can
chasing
fucking
who,
hold their own.
but the cat seemed
Yeah.
fine. And then so we wake up the next morning.
How did this not
And-
wake you up?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I,
but-
I imagine the sounds of that must have been horrifying.
It was all downstairs and everybody was sleeping upstairs, so I guess they didn't hear it. But
Cats, like,
the next day, we're all hanging out. It's the morning. I don't know. It's like 10 a.m. or something. And we hear a loud shriek from the master bathroom upstairs from Liz's mom. and me and
The
Liz's two
raccoon's still in
brothers and
there?
her dad grab golf clubs and run upstairs, and the raccoon is in the bathroom. And she opened the door to go into the bathroom and saw the raccoon and immediately shut it and screamed. And the raccoon was in there for like 4 hours. We had to call animal control. This woman came. She had like a popular TikTok account, so she was like filming herself doing it.
Oh my God.
And she like
Classic.
wrangled the raccoon,
Stop.
put it in a little kennel, and took
She
it
do the
out.
thing with like the hook where they get it
Yeah,
by the neck.
the hook.
Yeah.
There's a video of it. You
The
can find
hook?
it. You
I'm
can
gonna
find her
look this up.
TikTok, and you
Yeah,
can
find
see.
this TikTok.
You can. I'll do it. I'll find it. But yeah. So that thing literally like fought Liz's cat, and then came upstairs
Moved in.
and went into the master bathroom, probably to like drink water out of the toilet. I have no idea, and then just hunkered down there for the night.
Kind of did the hard
That's
part for
amazing.
you though, putting it in the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It was honestly, I
You
guess,
think
best
the
case
cat
scenario.
locked it in there?
Maybe.
The cat is just the cat. The cat must have been so
Cats
pissed
are
at
hard.
you guys.
Cats are fucking crazy.
Cats.
Yeah,
I
dude.
love
All they do all day is just go and hunt and kill things.
What I love about cats domesticated people. Like cats are in charge of people.
I know.
Right. Well, that's what I said this on a recent show. Cats just set up franchises. Every cat I've ever freaking seen has like 4 houses where they get food and can hang out. My buddy's house has a cat from the neighborhood who apparently this cat lives in a house with about like 8 kids, and the cat just comes over to their house to get some peace and quiet. And like watch sports in the garage.
Just drinking a
Unbutton his
beer,
pants.
watching the game.
Just I'm having a beer. Leave me alone.
A ruckus across the street.
I can't
Quiet
live in
down
that
there.
chaos.
To get some peace and quiet, read a book. Oh, that's really funny.
Picture this cat like cracking a beer, just like, oh.
Maybe that's what the raccoon wanted. He just wanted to sit on the john.
Seriously. It's like the only place in this world you can get some peace and quiet.
Well, that was
I'll send that TikTok. I'll find
all right.
it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Oh, I didn't do the thank yous. Wow, we're
No.
still in the show. That's crazy. All right. Thank you, DK. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you, Kai, Carlos, Ronak, Austin. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you. Emails ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com for trivia and raccoons. I don't even know about the hyenas anymore. I kind of
Raccoons.
into this raccoon. I kind of want stories of animals trapped in your home. I like that.
Ooh,
Crazy
that's a good
stories of
one.
animals in your home. Thank you, Lord.
Lord,
Thank you, the knife.
one of these days you're gonna have to mix in a big one.
I think I won
No.
for the last 10 and even knowing what band he's talking about.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, Craig.
This is like
I've
when
said
Bill
all the big
does
ones.
like
What do you want me to say? The fucking Beatles again?
this is
a
like when
knife.
Bill does pump up the volume on the rewatchables, or like a movie that you like literally can't even find online.
Right.
Who is the knife? We never talked about them.
I
It's a
did the Young
band.
Way Coup
It's
right
a
there. I,
Swedish
went to-
electronic music duo. I'm just reading their Wikipedia right now. From Gothenburg or Gothenburg. I don't know how you say that.
Do you not know who they are?
No, I know who they are. I know of their music. I've listened to it. In fact, I enjoy it. I don't know if I celebrate their entire catalog, but the song that I listen to is called Heartbeats, and I believe you probably recognize it.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know.
What era are we in with this band?
We're like early aughts, late
Okay.
90s.
This is what you would put on when you were out looking for some strange.
Absolutely.
Roll the windows down.
Looking for some
Going
strange.
fjord to
Put your
fjord.
ear ring in.
Craig's like the whole. Craig's doing the whole. I'm out looking for some strange. Sorry, I put up the 3 fingers like from Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
An earring.
Put in my earring. I'm going to put in my earring.
I hear there's some hot strange out tonight, boys.
You ever just grab a boob and it feels like a bag of sand?
Oh, all right.
Goodbye, everyone. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.